Salafiyya tries to claim that they're people of facts, the type of people to unironically say facts don't care about your feelings. According to them, the Salafis are the intellectual academics, whereas everyone else is apparently emotion-based and illogical. In an attempt to separate themselves from others, they have this concept which is, if you're not a Salafi, then you must be stupid. You're not smart enough to be a Salafi. It can't be the fact that I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. No. If you disagree with me, it's because you're dumb. This is called Udhr bil-Jahil, the excuse of ignorance. See, the reason why they have this Udhr bil-Jahil is because they want to remove themselves from the terrorists. For the terrorists, their view is, if you disagree with me, then you must be a kafir and your blood becomes mandatory. Whereas for the nice, rational Salafis, their view is, if you disagree with me, you must be stupid. Then if you disagree with me after I tell you my beliefs, you must be a kafir and your blood becomes mandatory. See guys, totally different. But then they go on to add the clause that there's no Udhr bil-Jahl with major kufr, so in reality they are the same. If an ISIS member and a Salafi saw someone praying at a grave, they would fight each other to see who could kill them first. Yeah, you know these academics? Let's just ignore the part in the Quran where it says to not make negative assumptions of Muslims. I'm sure these Salafis didn't know that. I'm going to make Udhr bil-Jahl on them and assume that they've never read it before. So Salafis, listen up. If you still disagree with me and think that it's valid to assume negative things of Muslims, then apparently you're a kafir and it's time to die. In Nooriyah, we have this concept which is called Udhr bil-Jihadi, which means if someone claims to be a Salafi, we must first assume that they're a jihadi. You know what? That's probably more statistically accurate than Udhr bil-Jahl now that I think about it. Let's use the Udhr bil-Jahl back at them. If you're a Salafi, then it must be because you're stupid and don't know any better. You see how dumb this is? You see the level of rhetoric these guys bring to the table? Once I stopped being in my teens, I kind of did Udhr bil-Jahl on myself. I said to myself, you know what? You're not as smart as you think you are. There's so much more out there that you don't know and that you've never even considered. Maybe take a step back, humble yourself, and stop thinking you know more than the average person. I'm sure they've read the same ayat as you and the same ahadith as you. When you start to think of Islamic academics as not knowing the things that you know, which is pretty much just comprised of internet articles because you're only a teenager, that's when you really need to take a step back and say, am I the dumb one? It's not about knowing and not knowing, it's about having a different view. I hate to bring up internet drama from two irrelevant Muslim tubers, but in this video he's trying to make this argument that Imam al-Ghazali and Imam al-Juwayni can't possibly be smarter than Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab because they're Ash'ari. These Salafis assume that if you've read the material, then the only logical option is to follow their beliefs. It's not possible that someone who has read the Quran and Sunnah can come to a different conclusion than me. There are a multitude of reasons why people can read the same material and come to two different conclusions. Trust me, Salafis, there's a reason why you guys only make up like less than 5% of the Ummah, and it's not because we haven't read the material, it's because we've just come to different conclusions than your insane radical views. All that this is at the end of the day is just gaslighting. And that's kind of what Islamic academia really is. Oh, sweetie, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what Islam is. Here, let me teach you. Is this really how Muslims should behave? When the Prophet said he came to perfect manners, did he mean to gaslight each other? You're not smart enough to have views about Islam. Here, let me tell you what to think because I'm the smart one and you're the dumb one. You're the Jahil. Udhr bil-Jahl is really dumb. Please stop using it. I know you're trying to distinguish yourself from ISIS, but it doesn't work. We can still see right through you. And with that said, Assalamu alaikum.